Welcome, sleepy soul that I'm your storyteller tonight, though after what happened to me, I'm not sure sleep is something you'll find easily. Before we begin, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more nightmares disguised as bedtime stories, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from, and what time it is, just so I know what's following you. I never planned on running away from home for New Year's Eve. Not dramatically, not rebelliously, more like quietly slipping out of a life that felt more like a stage performance than an actual home. My parents' house was an oversized, aggressively decorated suburban palace that didn't feel like it belonged to real people. Everything was plastic, polished, or performative. That night the hallways echoed with relatives I barely knew, fake laughing and pouring cheap champagne into expensive glasses while pretending their lives were flawless. Every New Year's Eve was the same, giant inflatable numbers screaming look at us, a buffet table overflowing with food nobody ever finished, music blasting so loud it felt like we were trying to drown out the guilt of pretending that I was 20, old enough to fake smiles, but too exhausted to keep doing it while everyone was distracted. With their own reflections in the champagne glasses, I slipped down the back staircase, grabbed my backpack with the fireworks I'd stolen from the garage, and walked straight out into the freezing night. Cold slapped me across the face like a wake-up call. A car horn chirped, "Yo, you alive or frozen?" Turan was leaning out of the window of his beat-up silver Honda, beanie pulled low, dashboard light glowing across his face. Lena was chewing gum like it owed her money, and Jax was halfway through a stick of beef jerky. "Yeah, I'm alive," I muttered as I climbed into the back seat. "Barely," Jax added. "You bring them?" I tapped my backpack. "Fireworks. The good kind." "Hell yeah." Lena cackled. "Rebel era unlocked." "Where we going?" Turan asked. "Somewhere quiet," I said. "Somewhere we won't get caught or arrested," Jax added. "Or murdered," Lena chimed. "Jesus, Lena," I muttered, but secretly, the idea of quiet sounded perfect. Turan drove us past the edge of town, then past the last row of houses, until even the streetlights disappeared behind us. The world outside the car turned black and endless. "Dude," Lena said, pressing her face between the seats. "We are officially nowhere." "Good," I said. "Too good," Turan murmured, slowing down. "Yo. Check that out." A massive cornfield stretched out beside the road, acres of dry winter stalks whispering in the wind. About 100 feet ahead, a narrow dirt path cut sharply into the corn. "Should we go in?" Jax asked. "If we want to light fireworks without cops shooting us," Lena said. "This is perfect." Turan glanced at me in the mirror. "You good with this?" The path looked wrong. Too clean. Too intentional, but I forced myself to nod. "Yeah. Let's check it out." The moment we stepped inside, the silence swallowed us. Even our footsteps felt muted, like the corn was absorbing sound. "You guys feel that?" I whispered. "Feel what?" Lena replied. "Like we're being watched." Jax nodded. I thought it was just me. We reached a small clearing, a perfect circle of trampled earth. From it, two narrow paths split off in opposite directions. "This looks carved," I muttered. "Like a design." "By who?" Lena asked. "Aliens," she joked. "Nope." "Stop," Turan said quickly. "No alien crap." I dropped my backpack and pulled out a small firework. "Let's start slow." But before we could light anything, Lena nudged Turan. "Let's explore." "Left or right?" "Stay in the clearing," I said instantly. "We don't know who owns this land." "Come on," Lena laughed. "Just a quick walk." "You two go," Turan sighed. "But don't go far." They vanished into the left path. Damn, my stomach tightened. "This feels wrong," I muttered. "You're not wrong," Turan said, sitting beside me. "But you know those two curiosity monsters." We talked for a few minutes. I even laughed. Then, boom, a firework exploded somewhere inside the cornfield. "Dude!" Turan yelled. They took the bag. But the backpack was gone. Footsteps approached. Two silhouettes came walking calmly from the right path, Lena and Jax. "Except, not them. Why'd you light one without us?" Turan snapped. "We didn't touch anything," Lena said, but her eyes, and Jax's, were pure black, ink black, void black. That my throat went dry. Your eyes, I whispered, what about them? Jax asked calmly. Turan leaned close to me, we need to leave. Now. We backed into the far path, deeper into the corn. Only when the clearing vanished did Turan stop. I saw it, he whispered. Their eyes. Something's off. Boom, another explosion deeper inside. That wasn't them, I breathed. Then, Turan. Ivy, voices, our voices. My voice echoing from the shadows. That we turned the corner into another clearing, and found Lena and Jax again, normal eyes. Confused. Terrified. What took you so long? Lena asked. Why'd you walk back to the car? Jax added. We never left the clearing. I whispered. Silence. Then Lena said quietly, your eyes were black. Just now. When you passed us. My blood turned to ice. Something here wasn't just copying us. That it was becoming us. That a figure shifted between the stalks, tall. Wrong, distorted like a shadow unfolding. Run. Turan screamed. That we sprinted toward the road. Behind us, fireworks exploded, our fireworks, lighting up the sky in frantic, chaotic bursts. The car came into view. That we piled inside. Turan's hands shook so violently he dropped the keys twice. Drive. I screamed. That I looked back at the field. Something stepped out, shaped exactly like me. Same hair. Same jacket. Same posture, except for its eyes, black as midnight. That it smiled at me. My smile, stretched too wide, and raised a hand to wave. Then something yanked it backward into the dark. Turan slammed the gas. Hours later, safe, in Lena's living room, Jax pulled up something on his phone. It wasn't random, he whispered. Those weren't paths. What were they? I asked. That he turned the screen. A crop circle, perfectly symmetrical, geometric, impossible. And the clearing? Turan asked. The dead center, Jax said. Something cold slid down my spine. All night. That feeling of being watched, all night. Those things imitating us, all night. Something pulling at the edges of who we were. We hadn't just found a quiet place to light fireworks. That we walked into something else's territory, something that didn't like being seen, something that could be us. And when I looked at Jax's phone again, my reflection flickered. My eyes turned black. That I shut the phone. That we never talked about that night again. But sometimes, when I walk past a field late at night, I hear fireworks, and my own voice whispering my name from the dark.